Hi, everyone. I wanted to make a short little podcast on something I think is important for aspiring economists and social science researchers to be aware of, and that is with reference to encouraging people to not read fringe theories, even though they're out there, and trusting the academic consensus and science. I used to think that in order to do meaningful research, you had to take lots of information in regarding a field, regardless of what its focus or how weird it may be, and somehow that would make me a better researcher. You can see this type of thinking embodied on my YouTube channel, where most of my stuff is economics, but you'll see some stranger things that I've uploaded in the past because those were things I was interested in at the time to look at. I did this because I was drawn to the understanding of heterodox thinkers and how they can make the bold claim that the entirety of mainstream academic economics is wrong, and they hold this belief so strong that they've broken off and formed their own circles where they can further develop their own ideas and separate from the majority of people where things are done in a usual way. You can see this primarily among most heterodox groups who base their position based on disagreements that have sometimes happened a century or more ago, and doing essentially what normal people would call Monday morning quarterbacking. This is primarily seen in the context of the Cambridge Capital controversy, right, which is brought up over and over and over again, or the Sunshine-Mantel-Dubrow theorem, which is also brought up over and over and over again by these types of thinkers. And this, this production of these people, right, it really comes from lack of engagement with people who know better and trust of people in general and where they are. I mean, I'm not making a diagnosis here. I'm just saying that they're forming their own circles for a reason, because they don't want to go and engage in debate with everyone else or the mainstream, or they made up their mind on certain things. Though I can't discuss these issues here on this channel, right? And I myself am drawn to these more pluralistic type of thinking, but I want you to know, and I'm also saying this for myself, that consuming this information for hope of its meaningfulness and really making you a better researcher, that's not going to happen, right? Just stop, trust what's in your textbooks and what is a reputable academic source. So if you are interested, in getting a broader perspective on things, right? If you are interested in things, there's an appropriate way to go about this. It's not about reading everything that you can get your hands on. Think about the things that are, in going on in, say, health, or, health policy, health economics, environmental policy, environmental economics, management science. What are the tools being used there in marketing or whatever? Don't go through, the whole list of arguments that have happened in the 1950s or even beforehand, right? Like, that game is done. The goal of research is not to reinvent the wheel or argue the foundations of the field. We want to do this because we want to answer reoccurring questions, right? And if you have a textbook, just a regular graduate text here, or, undergraduate text, this is stuff that has been already established. This is things that everyone else agrees on. If someone is going and disagreeing with what's going on there, you gotta gotta put it in context here, right? The majority of people are saying one way, and this is a fringe opinion, right? And this is true even if you are a theorist and you are, questioning these certain things, right? There's a certain space for doing that appropriately. So these are really, my thoughts that I think is important that everyone should go and know about. And really, I want to know what you think, right? Do you think this was, a good little podcast? Was this a bad little podcast? Let me know in the comments below. Take care.